We love featuring artists you should know about. Today, we're heading to Connecticut to chat with 80s-esque hard rock band Streetcar Revenge. Streetcar Revenge just dropped their debut self-titled album that features hard rock grooves and sends you right back to the 80s. Their latest single and video for Little Piggies is out now. We're stoked to have bassist Marc on the show with us. First, Marc, thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for having me.
Well, researching you guys, I'm scratching my head trying to figure out how this all came together, because you and Billy were in a band called Scam.
Yep.
And then Rick and Tim were going to join Scam like 2 years ago, re-record songs, do all that, fire the band back up. Now we're at Streetcar Revenge. So what happened?
Yeah, it's actually been a long road. Billy and I got together probably 2018, and we under the name Scam. It was Billy, myself, and then a different singer and drummer. So we started off, things were going good. We played a big show out here called New England Rock Fest. That's when we got in contact with Ryan from Eonian Records. And he showed interest. He said, hey, want to sign you guys, want to do a CD. So we started finishing writing everything for the CD. We had our 10 songs all set. And then our singer left on us. He kind of had a country background. So he wanted to go back that route. So then it seemed, God, for the next 3 years, we were just struggling trying to find the right singer. We had a couple guys come in and it just weren't right. Then we thought we had the right one. And we went in, we recorded everything and did the vocals. We turned it in and they said, well, we love the music, but we're not letting go till you get a new singer.
Wow.
So we kind of went back to the drawing board with that. So in the meantime, the drummer we had, he wanted to go a little heavier route. So he ended up leaving. So we brought in a different drummer who actually recorded the CD for us. His name is Marc. And then after he recorded, he decided he wanted to stay more in the tribute scene. So he ended up leaving us. And then we found Tim. This has been going on for about 6 years. It's been brutal. So we and Rick actually played in a band that we traded shows with. What we do in this area, we find like different bands from different areas, and we'll trade shows with them. We'll go out to their area, we'll warm up for them. We'll let them come to our area, they warm up for us. And we happened to meet Rick at a show in his band, The Infection, at the time. So they came out, they played with us, and it was probably right around COVID. And Billy and I said, boy, he'd be good with us, but he was from New York City, we're from Connecticut. So we figured that probably won't happen. So we went on to get recorded the CD. They didn't like the vocals. So we were kind of desperate. So we said, let's give him a call. Worst he could do is say no. So we called him, and sure enough, his band broke up. So he was kind of hanging around doing nothing. So we sent him everything and he liked it. So what we ended up doing is taking the recorded music, deleting off all the vocals, and sending it over to him and just letting him write to the pre-recorded music. So we saved a little bit of time there.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's been going on forever. So then, he blew us away with what he did. It totally changed the songs. It was great. He gave it that little bit of a slightly modern feel. We were kind of even more 80s sounding, before. And then with Rick, he kind of brought that little bit of 90s influence to it that you hear through the songs. He was great with the different layers of vocals. He really, hit a home run for us. So we turned it into the Eonian record guys, and they loved it. So then the whole process started. We had Jeremy Safer did a photo shoot for us. Anthony Fox ended up doing the final mastering. So it's been a long way, but the finished product came out nice. So we're just happy to have it out right now and having people listen to it.
Well, because it's
just to be here now.
Well, exactly, man. Because I saw Billy posted something in January. He's like, after lineup changes, new songs, new recording. It's finally
it's been
out. So it's been a journey for you guys. So was it just another evolution? Let's get rid of Scam and start a new name, or how did Streetcar Revenge come about?
Well, what happened? We were having dinner with Ryan, from Eonian, and he just happened to mention that we were concerned that if somebody hears something they like and they want to look up the band, and if you type in Scam, too many things not related to the band were coming up. So we said, it's just not working. We need something where if somebody hears a song, somebody sees us play, and they want more information, they could easily get to us. So we were at dinner, and we actually had another label in the area, Kibble Records, and John Kibble was with us. So he had the name Streetcar Revenge. So he asked us what we thought, and it sounded good. It was better than anything we came up with. So we ended up changing to that. And then it all kind of fell into place from there. The logo came out nice. The photo shoot, we have a good friend of ours. It's called Bonato Enterprises. He deals in classic and custom cars. So if you look at the back cover of the CD, we did the photo shoot there. So we kind of had all the hot rods around us, and the theme really came together nice.
Yeah,
in the end, it turned out good.
Standing in a different car on the back of the CD.
Yeah. We kind of picked our favorite ones, and it was kind of our babies for the shoot.
So what happened with Tim? Because he was going to be in Scam, and then you went through a couple different drummers for this. So Tim
was last. So we had the drummer who recorded the CD, and then he left, and then that's when we found Tim. So Tim came. He was actually in Scam for a little while, but we never actually played under Scam with him in it. And then we went into the Streetcar Revenge transition.
Wow. So
yeah.
You and Billy and Tim are in Connecticut, right? And then Rick's in New York?
Yes. Yeah, we're in Connecticut. That's where we're based out of. We have a practice room here. And Rick is from New York City. So he comes in usually once a week, once every other week. And, between weeks, the three of us get together. We write new stuff, keep rehearsing. And then, Rick comes in and we'll practice. We'll work on the new things. We'll send him home with it, to work on different ideas. So it's working. It's a long distance thing, but it's working well.
Yeah, because, we're out here in Wyoming. I don't think it's too far. How far is New York from your how far is Rick?
It's about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour and a half, hour and 3/4.
Okay, well, out here that's nothing. We drive.
Yeah, that's anything. It's not terrible. It's just of course, there's 2 million cars between on the road with you. It's the only downside.
Exactly. You got to watch out for traffic.
Yeah, he's a trooper about it though.
Wow. Go check them out. They're at streetcarrevenge.com. The self-titled album is out now. You can check it out on all streaming platforms. Go and listen to it. When I first turned this thing on, Marc, I'm like, holy crap. We just took the DeLorean back to the 80s. You just said it was even more 80s before Rick. So what was you and Billy's inspiration with the music?
We're both kind of 80s guys. Billy, he was actually in ESP, back in the early 80s.
Yeah.
They had some success. They had a CD come out. They did some touring all over the United States. So we kind of got back together, and we just had those influences. Scam, we had the big rigs, the cool guitars. We were always into the screaming guitars, the big choruses. So the music stayed. But then, Rick just kind of updated the melodies, the lyrics, everything else to try to push it forward a little bit more. Yeah. But it is a throwback. Kind of brings back that, the melodic rock, come out, have a good time. We'll sing about good things and, have some beers, have a good time.
Yeah, no, it's great. And what I like about this album is, listen, Satellite was one of you guys' first singles. But I think it gets better as the CD goes on.
Thanks. We appreciate it. What's your favorite so far? Would you like?
I was trying to figure that out today. Let me see.
That's pretend.
Actually, I liked what is that here? I'll Come Running, actually.
It's funny because that's my favorite too.
Really? Yeah. I was like, it's probably too long to be a single, or it's almost 5 minutes. The intros, but I was like, I really like that song.
Yeah, mine too. Because the next one we're looking either I'll Come Running or It's Too Late. Is I like where we're getting a lot of we kind of ask everybody, what do you think? What's your favorite? And it seems to everybody talks about those two. It's Too Late and I'll Come Running.
Yeah. No, it's
because we tried to mix it up with Little Piggies, which is very different from Satellite.
just slightly different.
Yeah. Well, the one thing we tried to do is really make every song stand on its own. A lot of times you see an original band, it's almost like a train coming at you. You can't tell where one song stops, one song starts.
Yeah.
So we try to really move it, between tempos, keys, just so you kind of have that texture to it.
Yeah, every song stands out, that's for sure. And every song's different, which is cool. Who's doing your guys' music videos?
Believe it or not, the first one we actually contracted online, and it took forever. Then we tried to shoot some live stuff, and Rick ended up mixing it together because it was just taking too long. And then the second one, Rick just took a swing with AI, and he did a whole Little Piggies video himself.
Wow.
Yeah, so the next one, either It's Too Late or I'll Come Running. We're looking for more live action to actually put us in the video.
Because how did you do Satellite? Because that's AI too, but you guys are in it. But did you shoot anything for that? I mean, besides
Yeah, yeah,
besides the
yeah. But it
song.
was a long process. I guess there was a site online that Rick found, and it ended up in Pakistan, believe it or not, of all places, working on the AI part. And we got it back, and it was good. But we said, yeah, we got to get a little bit of us in here so you can see what the guys look like.
Yeah.
So we have a great club not far from us here in Connecticut called Bleachers, who they let us borrow it on a Sunday. So we brought a video shoot in and played a song about 40 times until we couldn't stand that anymore, and filmed live footage from every possible angle. And then Rick took that and he kind of salted it in, just to give a little bit of us in the video.
Yeah, exactly. But your real figures instead of your AI.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it, this Eonian Records. I mean, they're based out of Indianapolis. They're also based out of like Southbury, Connecticut. You know the guy from this place, or who knows him?
Well, what happened? We played at New England Rock Fest back in 2019, and we met Ryan Northrup, who's one of the owners of Eonian, and he really stayed behind us. He's been terrific, through all the lineup changes, and he was just patient. Let us really get it where we needed it to be, and so he's our main contact with it. But him and Steve, God, they've been terrific. Like I said, really waiting 5 years for us, to get them the product through so many different members. They follow, they pop into practice, see how we're doing, give us that kind of thumbs up or thumbs down on the singer we had at the time. And then, finally with Rick, we got the 2 thumbs up and we were able to keep it moving.
Yeah, because they've really been behind you. I mean, their logo's on the front of your guys' videos. They've done PR for you. Then whose idea was it to turn to Pavement to help you out too?
That was actually mine. I saw an advertisement from them. And then a couple of our friends from New York City, actually Long Island area, called Black Dawn, they were using Pavement. So I kept seeing everything with them with the Pavement logo on it. And then time came for us. We needed just help getting everything out there, getting in touch with people like you guys and getting radio play. So I called them up and they had great things to say about Pavement. So then we said, let's give it a shot. So we signed up too. And God, they've been terrific too. We're really lucky after all this long wait, really to line up with Eonian Pavement. Came together nice for us.
Yeah. I mean, you guys was it like a weight lifted off when the album finally came out, or how are you feeling?
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. It felt like it was never going to come. But then the last little kicker for us. I mean, it's kind of cool, but we finally sent it, and Ryan and Eonian, they sent it to Anthony Fox in Nashville just to do the final mastering of it. They want a little louder, a little clearer. And he's getting ready to start it. Then all of a sudden, Buck Cherry sent in their record. So we got bumped. So we lost another week. So, at that point, it was only a week, but just like another brick on the load.
Exactly. You're like, this thing's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why we're, when it finally came out, we had to see the release party. Like I said, it was such a weight off our shoulders, just to actually have it in our hand, and
yeah, for sure. Well, because Rick Rick rewrote all the lyrics. So was it you and Billy behind the music?
Yeah, we had all the music done before Rick came into the band.
Yeah, that's
so generally what happens. Billy comes in with guitar parts, and then we add in bass drums. Get it together, and then Billy at the time was doing the lyrics and melodies. But then Rick, he has a great background in it, said he'd like to take a swing at rewriting everything. So we were all for it. The first song he did was Satellite. So he sent us that, and it used to be called It's Not Too Late, which was I'm sorry, Tell Me Why, which was very different. So we heard it. It was like shocking for us. Like, wow. But it was so good. It's like, oh yeah, keep going. Do the other 9. No pressure. You got like 3 weeks.
Well, and it's just crazy to send somebody 10 songs that are already done. You've heard them a totally different way or with different lyrics.
Yeah.
And then he writes completely different lyrics and blows you away. What were you thinking then?
Well, finally, I think me and Billy just hugged each other. We're like, finally, we got where we need to be. Like you said, even that was just a weight off our shoulder. Then as it was building, because we recorded at BJ Zampa's studio. He's plays drums with Doc in House of Lords. He's a good friend of ours too. And him and Rick just meshed. They were adding in all the layers. There's one point in Satellite, there's about 30 layers of vocals. Rick was singing, just all the different harmonies and the parts coming in. We're thinking, wow, how are you going to do this live? But we got through it. comes out pretty good.
Yeah, you can work.
Yeah, but it was cool. You know, it just really blew us away. And like I said, for Billy and I, it was so different. Yeah, because we were used to just the other lyrics. I guess we never realized how much we listened to lyrics in songs before until they're totally different.
Yeah.
You know, coming in different times. And so it was a little bit of a learning curve for us too, you know, just to get the, like I said, going from Tell Me Why to Satellite, you know, took a few weeks. You know?
Exactly. Wow. We're chatting with Marc from Streetcar Revenge. Go check them out, streetcarrevenge.com. Their self-titled album is out now. Their latest single and video, Little Piggies. Go check them out. They're on YouTube. You can go to Spotify and stream them or anywhere you're streaming music. Ozzy died a couple of weeks ago. How big was Ozzy an influence for you?
Well, he was huge, especially for Billy. Billy's a huge Jake E. Lee fan, you know, Nuno Betancourt.
Yeah.
You know, one of the covers we play is actually Bark at the Moon. You know, we try to get 3-4 covers in this set, you know, this way, fill out a nice set with the 10 originals plus the covers. And we always end the show with Bark at the Moon. So I think he was a big influence for us all.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, everything just from our sound, you know, to just the clarity of the rhythm section, you know, the overall guitar sounds, the clean picking. You know, the guitar players really had a big influence on us.
Yeah, I mean, you guys make up one hell of a team. I mean, Billy's just shredding through half of this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he sure is.
Wow, it's crazy. Well, on the website, whose idea was this? I mean, this is cool. You guys teamed up with Mission 22. They're united in the war against veteran suicide. Whose idea was this?
Yep, that was Rick's idea. You know, he came and presented it to the band, and yeah, we said, yeah, we're all for it. You know, there's just a cause that we all support. You know, we can't do enough for the veterans. You know, appreciate everything they did. You know, again, sometimes during the shows, we bring them up on stage, you know, to sing with us and make our lights turn red, white, and blue, you know, just to give them a little thank you every night. So the Mission 22 really lined up for what we were doing. We were actually doing that before Mission 22. And then, you know, Rick came in. It just fell into place again for us.
Yeah. So does Rick have hair right now, or is he clean shaven?
It depends on which day you see him. Like sometimes we won't see him for a couple of weeks, and we'll tease him. We said, "Boy, we haven't seen you in so long. You grew hair." So,
well, he has a picture. The picture of himself. He said, "I picked this one because I knew it would make my mom mad." And I was like, well,
"Yeah."
I don't understand why, or is it because you don't have any hair? Or I don't.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. The hair, the sleeves. You know, sometimes he has a mohawk. Sometimes it's a flat top. Sometimes it's shaved.
Yeah, then in all the music videos, he has hair, and then on the album, he doesn't have hair. I was like,
yeah.
what's going on?
He's the man of mystery.
Well, and he wrote a little blog. If you go to their website, streetcarrevenge.com, they got all the lyrics to the songs. And then when Little Piggies, the video came out last month, he talks a little bit about it. And yeah, he pretty much flips this fairy tale on its head. I mean, you're kind of thinking, oh, this is Little Piggies. Then when you're listening to it, you're like, okay, well, this isn't Little Piggies. What? Give us a little bit of backside on it.
Yeah, the wolf is almost the good guy in this story.
Yeah.
Basically what he does, he just looked at different people in lives. You know, the first section is kind of a piggy with a gambling, drug problem, kind of the wheeler dealer that gets out at night. The second piggy in the second verse, he's more of a Ponzi scheme, kind of take your money and run kind of guy. And then the third piggy, he's just kind of a dirtbag neighbor, Like we were teasing Rick because he actually found a way to get the lyric "piggy in a blanket" into a song.
Yes, he did.
Well, you could have done that again if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's great. Go check out, and the music video is amazing too. I mean, it's AI, but it goes along with the song perfect. So
yeah, well, that one too just landed in because that was a bluesy song called "Living in the City" before, and Rick rewrote with the Little Piggies, and it just happened to be the solo, the slides that Billy did. It just it all fit in. It just had that dirty feel with it. The dirty blues slide. With the bad piggies, I guess, for lack of a better word, and. It is another one. It just came together perfect for us.
Jeez, that just blows me away. I mean, that tells you how great of a songwriter he is.
Yeah, he really is. We're excited now because we have a deal for the second CD coming out, and we already have about half the songs written. But this time, we can actually move him how he wants them. Before he was kind of stuck in what we recorded.
Yeah.
Now we can move it a little bit. We give him a little more time to breathe sometimes.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing hearing what comes out of you guys next.
Yeah, it's really a lot of growth. It's the next step up. I don't want to say heavier, but it's different. Yes, just like every song is different now, this is just the next progression. Yeah. So some really cool stuff coming.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah, I can't wait to see what comes out of you guys when Rick's unleashed with everything and with
Yeah.
guys, and now you're excited again. And I mean,
Yeah, it really put life into me and Billy. Like I said, it's been a long run with the two of us, just going through so many members.
yeah,
It's nice just to get some stability and actually seeing people enjoy it. We get a radio report every week, and just I think 4 or 5 stations in the United States playing it. It's in Brazil. They're playing it 5, 6 times a day.
wow.
Germany, Australia. So it's surprising us, I have to be honest. But it's going good.
I saw one of you guys post about how it's going worldwide, which is always crazy.
Yeah. That's the way, you just go to practice every day. We go down, we practice in the back room of a bar. Yes, we just go in every day, you write your songs, you play your instrument, you never think anything of it. Then all of a sudden you get it out there, all your friends tell you it's good, but they say that to everybody. And, just to have everybody else like it. And basically, the views we're getting, the feedback we're getting, emails, it's been terrific so far, better than we thought.
Yeah. Well, as we're taping this, the Sturgis motorcycle rally is going on. Do you still have your motorcycle?
I do. I still have the 2 Harleys. I have a Road King and I have a 76 Sportster.
Nice. Do you ride them a lot in the summer? Or?
Not as much, to be honest. Years ago I used to, but this summer, not quite as much. I keep saying every year I'm going to get back on them, get it moving. But, lately I have a Jeep, I have air conditioning, so it's been so hot.
You're busy. You're a busy man. So
yeah, it takes a lot of time.
It's tough. That's for sure. I mean, what's the wife think? Is she just as glad as you this thing's finally out?
Oh yeah, she loves it. Yeah, she could be more supportive. She enjoys the whole scene, the whole life. She's comes to every show for us. She's right in the front taking pictures, cheering us on. And today I happened to be sitting on the back deck and I was listening to one of the radio stations that picked us up. I was streaming them. It's Shark 103 out of Indianapolis. And satellite came on. And I think she was even more excited than I was. Like, well, how cool is that? We just heard it on the radio.
Exactly.
They announced the band and everything. I'm like, well,
yeah, that's us. That's
yeah, 2 of us are jumping around on the deck.
That's awesome. Well, you did the album release show. I mean, I know Pavement. If you want to tour, they'll hook you up. Or what? I mean, what's next? What are we thinking?
That's our next step. What we want to do is really get everything out there. Because it's easier to tour, to get on tours, to book the shows now. When you have the videos with the views that we have, we have the radio station play. We got something more, than just call and say, hey guys, we're a great band from Connecticut. Our mother said we're great. Let us on tour with you. So now we actually have the foundation underneath. So our next step now is in the fall, is start getting out there. We have some contacts in the southeast part of the country. We want to get down there. Like I said, the Shark in Indiana picked us up. They've been terrific. Got playing us 5, 6 times a day. So we were talking with, actually, Eonian Records is based on Indianapolis too.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to put something together with another Eonian band and kind of hit that Midwest area and then hopefully get down to the southeast as well. The Biloxi, Pensacola, Gulf Shores, Mobile area.
Yeah, just keep branching out every time.
Yeah. So hopefully we have a busy fall coming up. And then we keep watching again with Pavement. Anytime a tour comes through, they offer it up. You can buy onto a nice tour. So we're waiting for the right opportunity. Depending what comes up first, whether we go at it on our own or try to jump on something that we could get from kind of Connecticut down the East Coast.
Nice.
But one way or the other, hopefully you see us by fall time.
Yeah. Well, big things coming. It's just beginning. And it's finally out. The self-titled album by Streetcar Revenge is out. Go and stream it. Go and buy it. You can go to their website and order it right now, streetcarrevenge.com. Well, Marc, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.